Welcome everybody to Just Saw. We just saw. What did we just see?
A big piece of shit.
The Minecraft movie.
He's got it. He's got the thing.
Because this episode won't have a lot of substance, I don't think. We could give some background. We did one Just Saw spur of the moment when we saw.
The Last Duel.
That's right.
Because it was just we both liked it so much that we wanted to do a little, a little thing on it. And then, frankly, we just didn't watch enough movies in college and theaters to go keep it going.
Yeah.
Just because movie theater's expensive, and I can't believe I paid 17 fucking bucks for my ticket to see the Minecraft.
Damn, we paid $12.20 with tax.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, disgusting.
You didn't watch
It was
3D?
sold out everywhere, dude. It was the one place and the one time I could get. I woke up this
crazy.
morning. I went with my brother and our friend because I was not going to go see it alone, and we went to Merrimack and we watched the Minecraft movie. Man, I thought it was. I didn't expect to find like a 2020s video game slot movie worse than the Mario movie, but I found one worse.
Well,
I did. I really did. I thought it was worse.
I think I was doing a lot of comparisons between the two, like in my head as well. I definitely do think that overall, I think it's a shittier movie, but I think the theater experience was much better watching Minecraft movie than being in the Mario movie. And I do want to preface this by saying we are missing somebody today. We are missing Alex Gould. He actually told me, instead of putting him in the episode, to just put that clip of Roger Ebert saying, I hated this movie.
I hated this movie. Hated this movie. Hated it.
They could have cut easily 30 minutes out of this movie because there just was no connection between what the fuck we were supposed to care about in the real world and the overworld.
I had this exact thought.
Just no connection. I was expecting, it's like, oh, it's going to be like the Mario movie where they're like, we're going to invade the real world. That's what we're doing. No. They just do the fucking Avengers beam in the sky shit, and then they get punched, and they're like, God, this movie really did feel AI generated. I kept thinking that.
It was green screen the movie. It was entirely just green screen for like 80% of the film. I mean, I honestly think that I'll let you go in a minute, Joey, but when Alex was in the car ranting, it also made me think like the plot of like the boy in the real world, and then the plot of Jack, coming into Minecraft, and the plot of Jack Black in Minecraft, those are two separate movies. I don't know why they mixed into one film. That's why the runtime was so long, because Act 1 took like 45 minutes. But anyway.
Yeah, I was talking about like that real world stuff.
I can't believe
I
they
thought
were
Act
able to
1
fit.
like I was thinking it was going on for a little long, but at the same time I was in my head I'm like, wait, they could actually like set up these characters really well. But I mean, they had like 4 characters they had to set up because there was 4 of them, but like,
Joey, don't call them characters. They weren't characters. There was no attempt to characterize anyone.
We'll say caricatures, but there's absolutely like zero build-up. Like, I mean, you have like the duo of like the kid and Jason Momoa, like those two got like enough screen time, and that's who they wanted you to focus on. But like, I'm gonna say it, the woman got fucking shafted hard in this movie.
I love that they literally just wrote in a reason to take them out of the main action because they just clearly had no idea what to do with these two characters, and then gave them one scene in between, getting separated and reunited.
Yeah, what's funny too? I remember sitting there, like the stuff with Jack Black made me mad anyway, because I was like, he's not even an actor anymore. He's just playing Jack Black. Like, anyway. But when we like kind of went away from his origin story and met this boy, and like, oh, it's like this little like smart genius boy that's getting in trouble and isn't fitting in, and Jennifer Coolidge is his like the famous movie MILF is his principal. I was just like, for a second there, and like the sister with this like brother that she's kind of having to adopt, I'm like, this actually feels like it could be some kind of fun family comedy movie, and then for some reason they go into Minecraft.
How old was this Natalie. That's the one character name I remember was Natalie for some reason. How old was she supposed to be?
I don't know.
I was like, is she supposed to be like? Because she looks like a teenager to me, like 16 or something. It's like, is she supposed to be like a college age woman with a job? That was a young looking actress.
Probably no
like, they look like siblings.
Late teens, early 20s.
The actress is older than me. She's 23.
Man, she looks really young. I was so confused.
Yeah, I was like, is this like a 14-year-old girl that's like raising her younger brother?
Yeah, then you see her driving, like, no, she can't be 14.
It doesn't help that they're like the same height either. I love that, you know, I can't really call this a Minecraft movie because that would imply that, you know, there were any conventions of a real movie in there. No choices were made that had any consequence in the movie. It was, you know, I don't like to bring up Martin Scorsese calling Marvel movies amusement park rides because I think that it's not really warranted. But this really did just feel like an amusement park ride of we're at this attraction now, we're at this attraction now, we gotta do this thing, and like just no actual stakes and no consequences to any actions, and no real character motivations either.
Really mad that they had to explain everything before it happened. Like, this is a crafting table. Like, we can't figure that out in like just like a cool way. Like, maybe the kid discovers it eventually and like maybe put stuff on it, or like a villager gives a hint. No. Fucking Jack Black has to come in and say like, this is a crafting table.
Flint steel.
Like, yeah, in his like signature way of talking. Actually, Joey, I want to ask, as like the big Minecraft fan you are, can you tell me how exactly they got the rights to put the creeper in the Jack Black movie? That must have cost a lot of money.
What?
Like the creeper, like they had creepers and cows, like they had Minecraft mobs in the Jack Black movie as cameos.
Oh yeah, you're right.
How do they do that? Do you know how expensive it is to get Mojang like their rights for their characters in any movie?
I think it was in assistance with Mojang, like. They were like saying, you know what, we'll give you some of this as long as you put Minecraft in the title.
And then they just let Jack Black do whatever he wanted. Like it's his movie. Like, this is not Minecraft movie. This is Jack Black. I want to continue being myself.
We all played Minecraft as kids, right?
Yes.
A little bit. Okay. This movie, you know why they explained everything, Dan? It's because the movie was pretty much acting as a tutorial for Minecraft. Because it's trying to be an advertisement for the game.
Yeah, but Minecraft's been around for like 20.
I never thought of that.
It is the best-selling game of all time. It is the best-selling game of all time. It surpassed Tetris like when I was in high school. Everyone knows what Minecraft is. If they did not need to try and make an entire feature film when what they really just wanted was like an advertisement and something that they could get money for, like people getting seats for. They could have cut the entire human plot out. They could have cut all the stupid shit with the villager and Jennifer Coolidge out. Just had an hour-long advertisement, and it would have been fine. People still would have gone and seen it.
Well, hang on. Counterpoint, just to play devil's advocate, Generation Beta, at the time of recording this, will not know what Minecraft is, so they need a brain-rotty, super short way of explaining what Minecraft is.
Yeah, an hour and 40 minutes long, super short. Who is this movie
and Brain Rotty, don't forget Brain Rotty. It's for Gen Beta at this point.
They I think they missed.
They're the only ones who wouldn't know Minecraft.
They missed an opportunity in this movie, I think, where like you're saying, oh yeah, they're just explaining all the steps of playing the game, and I'm like, isn't that the fun part? Like, why didn't they make it like this first person, like, instead of Jack Black having to explain everything, why don't we just put somebody in this crazy fantasy world and follow them as they learn, oh, what is this weird portal thing? And like, you know, when you actually play Minecraft for the first time and you build your first house and then stumble upon the obsidian and you're like, oh shit, what is this other stuff? But instead they boil that down into this like 5-minute montage of exposition. And it's like, that's the interesting part of it though. It's like the progression throughout the world and throughout the game, but they had to just do that quickly just to bring humans into it. Like outside people. It's so weird.
I regret paying money to see this because this movie sucks. And I don't want them to make more movies like this. But I've just voted with my dollar and shown them that I was willing to go see it. So they're gonna make another Minecraft movie.
Yep.
Because they're convinced that people like this.
At the time of recording, I think as of like basically I think Saturday sales, it's surpassed like 300 million
globally.
Yep.
Theaters were booked out in like New Hampshire and Northern Mass.
Yeah.
Booked out. I had one option to go see it.
Full.
We had ordered tickets a week in advance.
We did not order a week in advance. We ordered
smart.
3 days in advance.
I think
so like a week, right?
Sure.
Pretty much. I think we should check in with Alex because I think Alex has some more things to say about this movie. So we'll turn it over to Alex for a minute.
Listen, they took every safe, other than a couple jokes that were kind of adultish and funny.
They used the archetypes, but didn't evolve the character at all. They went through every single checkpoint in every single fantasy family movie that ever came out of the 90s and just put it in Minecraft.
Right, it's just the backdrop is just Minecraft nostalgia and references, but it's a plot you've seen a million times.
I would like to talk about, because now we've kind of shit on the plot a little bit, I would like to talk a little bit about the theater experience, because I think overall that was probably the most positive thing I can say about this movie. Was I don't think I've actually had that much fun in a movie theater in a long time. Now, sure, it was because people were mostly laughing at it, but it was such a lively audience. I don't know what your experience was in New Hampshire where you went to see it or wherever you went, but I mean, everyone was like, it was kind of like Rocky Horror Picture Show where like everyone knew the right moments to yell everything, and like it was a pretty lively experience, I would say.
That sounds a lot more better than my theater experience. Mine, there were a lot of kids at my theater, which, I'm glad the kids enjoyed it. Kids were bringing like their Minecraft plushies. At the end with I just want to say the worst fucking end credit scene I've ever had to sit through credits to wait for. I was expecting something cooler than that. A kid was saying like, "Mom, that's Alex. She's the other main character from the game." And I'm glad the kids enjoyed it. That's great. That's really, I said, who is the movie for? It's for the kids. They just, threw in a bunch of random shit with the adults too. I love the dungeon joke. But no, it was a pretty average theater experience. I think I had like one girl in a few rows in front of me who was trying to shout things up, and I told her to shut up. But it was 10 a.m. on a Sunday, so it was not like, I think that was kind of the crowd that was coming to see it. It was kids mostly at that time period.
Did you say that there was an end credit scene involving Alex?
Yeah. So yeah, we walked out
before that.
You didn't see it?
All right, no, I saw it. I can explain it to you. It's literally Steve going back up to his old childhood home, and now Alex lives there.
Okay. Alex Minecraft. We never see her face.
And his absolute Riz just let him get inside. That's basically it.
Okay.
I can't leave the plot alone. I will say, it's not an unwatchable movie. Like, I can't say I was bored. There were a few scenes that were really just like the fucking minecart scene where they're edging along. It's like, Jesus Christ, just fucking God, you could make this more exciting than it is. But I love when after they get out of the mine and they're going before the fucking Woodland Mansion, they just have like the fucking that scene where like they have to have like the, "Oh, I can't believe you did this, you suck," and then he just randomly gives the fucking like Tesseract # not a Tesseract to the fucking the kid. It's like, wait, why is he what? It just felt like that was from an earlier draft of the script or an earlier cut of the movie. It's like, why, what? And they couldn't remove it because it was too important of a plot beat.
I do agree there was probably a lot of stuff that got cut from that movie. This movie was probably like 3 hours long, and then Warner Bros. Was like, no, that won't sell.
I mean, it was in production hell for like, what, a decade? Almost. A long-ass time.
A good amount of time.
I'm just disappointed that Legendary Pictures made this movie, because they used to have standards of like Pacific Rim and the first Godzilla movie, and like they were cranking out some really good. I think the
Lord of the Rings, right? Or was that New Line Cinema?
I think the 300 movies might have been Legendary Picture. Like they used to have some kind of standard. Like they used to vet their projects, and now they're just like, whatever, fuck it,
Oh, it was New Line Cinema. Never mind.
If I could fix one thing that this film did, like graphically, visually wise, I would change the Tesseract. That's the fucking crystal. The orb, the most cubic orb. No, I would change that to be green. Like, the first thing you see in Minecraft when you spawn are grass blocks. Everything else is, like, fucking green. It would make more sense if it was green, because then you could put it, like, in the earth crystal, like it's green. And that'd be cooler.
Fuck you, Dan.
We have to have blue, so we remind people
it was
of
blue
the
in the
Tesseract.
Avengers, so it has to be blue in this movie.
And then they use it to, like, open the portal.
God
oh my
it.
god. Yeah, then they use it to, like, throw the beam in the sky, so, like, they can do stuff like in that one Marvel movie.
Like in all of them.
It's the same shit.
Yeah,
like when Loki fucking does that to, like, get the invasion started. Like, no, why does this have to be like Minecraft Marvel? Get the shit out of here.
Dude, there were so many moments of this movie too that are just like so. Like, I will say this, there were a couple moments that I did genuinely laugh. There was a couple jokes that I was kind of surprised that they put in a movie that they knew a bunch of like 8-year-olds would go see. But other than those couple times, there's just like so many moments in this that like were so kind of surreal. Like, they were really bad, but they were also just kind of surreal and made me really depressed. Like, when I saw, like, I was saying to them, like, I knew all along that this was like not great, but like the moment that fucking Jack Black has this fucking diamond armor on and it looks like cardboard, I was like, what the fuck am I watching in a movie theater right now? Like, what the fuck? They're trying to sell the fucking swords. They're trying to sell the fucking foam swords to people. That's all they're trying to do.
He said in the movie as well, there's like a big nerd thing, but like he said he had a full set of diamond armor. He was clearly not wearing pants. That's not a full set.
It's true.
Like, they just got that wrong.
Minecraft's aesthetic has been, it's a really interesting thing to look at. Because it started out as just abstraction. You know, the game was made out of cubes because it was based off, like, I don't remember what, like, not Dwarf Fortress, Infiniminer, just some other game that was, like, cube-based. And, you know, it works graphically simple from that time. But it's abstraction. Like, it's supposed to look kind of like the real world. It's not supposed to look photoreal. It's not supposed to be, like, hyper-complex meshes and textures. And I feel like just as the game has gotten more popular, that abstraction has become, rather than just trying to represent something generic, it's come to just be a style of its own. So, like, they can't make the diamond armor look like armor that would fit a real fucking human being, because it has to look like the Minecraft diamond armor, even though in Minecraft the diamond armor just looks like that because your character is a block.
Yes.
So,
but Steve,
you know, I would have loved, it would never have happened because they have to keep it, you know, they have to make it look like the game for merchandising sales. I would have loved if the fucking Minecraft movie didn't look like blocks. And you just made like a fantasy story where you have characters who can mold the land and you just like use it as a loose tie-in. But they'll never do that because they have to have every frame of the movie has to look like the game, so you play the game and buy the merch.
Or think of like the horror. I was saying this too. Like, think of the horror potential that you would have with something like that. Of like the nighttime, the Enderman, and all these like creepy elements that could have been like. Can you imagine a fucking skeleton riding a fucking giant ass tarantula, but it's not like made to look like a block. It's made to look like a real fucking CGI creature. That could look really cool and be actually
terrifying.
But no, because it's an advertisement for the game.
Right.
That needed also to be a feature film for some reason. It couldn't just make an hour-long advertisement for the game.
There were two things, at least like plot-wise, I had no problems with. The first being rather simple, and I don't know if Joey has any words on this because we're more like the gamey ones. The tribute to Technoblade, which was kind of slipped in there when they showed the village. Like, he's not a king, he's a legend.
For the background on that was not originally in the movie. The kid actor like asked to put that in the movie.
Yeah,
that's
and
cute.
I think that's really wholesome to
that's nice, but that is bullshit that the actor had to do that.
The other thing is the scene in the mansion with the Enderman. Like, they actually, for what it is, they made the Enderman kind of terrifying to me. Like, I thought that was actually pretty cool. Like, this whole concept, like, they can fucking hypnotic you and...
But imagine if it wasn't a block. Imagine if it wasn't a block, man.
I'm aware. I said for what it is, like, that was the only, like, genuinely cool thing, maybe, design-wise, of, like, how to make a character scary. And I think it should have gone on longer. Maybe the kid starts having, like, these weird thoughts or flashbacks. Like he just like got up and fixed himself in like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
they gotta make it.
They like, wrote that entirely to remind people that the kid has like self-worth images, even though or self-image and self-worth problems, and that never came up from anywhere between the beginning and that scene.
Right.
It has no bearing on him having to overcome that to save the day, because this movie is an advertisement first and a story second.
And like in total, that being so short, like you get all the characters like, you know, like you're not good enough, you're never gonna be there. Like that's great. That is what I look for like cool dramatic shit. Then he should have taken like an extra few minutes to like reevaluate what he's doing, or like, oh, do I want to stay? Like maybe I want to stay in this world, like because that encourages players to keep playing. No, he just gets up and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to like killing you now with the diamond axe. Like
to me, it just felt like such a loss of potential. Like it's kind of unfortunate. I feel like there's two sides to look at this. I think where basically they made this movie essentially to just make fun of everything and to laugh at itself. And you know, from one perspective, it's like, okay, they understand that the concept of this movie is stupid, so let's just have some fun with it. But on the other hand, it's like every attempt, therefore, that they make to make it an actual interesting story just totally falls flat, and like nobody really will have any connection with it long term for that case. But you know, on the other hand, as silly as a concept as it might be, if they're going to make a movie out of it, they should really just try to make a film out of it and make it some weird adaptation. Make it take all the elements that you can't get out of this like simple blocky video game and make it some weird fantasy horror thing. And because like there's so many things, like the Ender Pearl is such a really interesting like plot device of like, oh, this little one use kind of thing that's like really convenient, like, and they use that in the film as a cool idea. But imagine if that was a plot device in an interesting story, you know. And there's so many other little things in Minecraft that they didn't even get into that probably could have been more interesting.
I love it how they had to explain the Ender Pearl, but that was only because they had to use it later in the movie. That's the only thing they explained.
What pisses me off about this, what does piss me off about this, to build off what you said, Ryan, in a post-Lego movie world, and in a post-Barbie movie world,
yeah,
you can't really just get away with, well, I mean, you can, clearly, because this movie is, you know, making gangbusters at the box office, but you shouldn't be able to get away with making a commercial about something that is as popular and beloved as Minecraft and not make it also a good movie and a good commentary on the product. You know, the Lego movie blew everyone away because everyone thought it was going to be a soulless cash grab, and to some extent it is, but it also, you know, interrogated the idea of Lego. You know, maybe I'm overselling it a bit, but it was about what Lego is about and what it means to people. Same with the Barbie movie. And, you know, Minecraft is the most popular game ever made. It is an art form to many people. People have built their lives off like making content for it, making mods for it. People grew up on it. Their kids are growing up on it. This is a big thing. And they just didn't make any attempt to talk about Minecraft as Minecraft. And then, you know, further what you're saying about with like, you know, abstraction, or what I was saying, because you were getting on why didn't they just, you know, go in a different direction, make a real film. When I'm playing Minecraft and I build a little farm or I build a castle, I'm not picturing it as like I'm building a blocky castle in the Minecraft world. No, I'm building a cool fantasy castle that I can roleplay in. At least that's when I was a kid, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
And the problem is when you try and reinforce the idea that Minecraft is Minecraft, a game about blocks, you make the abstraction, you lessen it.
It's too self-aware.
And it's less interesting. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, they do make little attempts to be like, oh, like there's a couple moments where it's about creativity is a good thing and those who stomp on creativity and art are evil and all these things. That's like, that's cool, but like it just falls so flat because it's just so forced, like especially when Jack Black brings it up, like, and I get what they're trying to go for with like a lot of kids play Minecraft and it's like the world that they can escape to and they can be, you know, whatever, but like I don't know. It all feels too self-aware that it just kind of feels, because the rest of the movie does not take itself seriously. It just feels like it's put in there. It just doesn't fit with anything else. And so I'm already not taking the movie at face value. So why would I care about this lesson it's trying to teach me all of a sudden?
Well, also they never actually, just to finish directly off that and then you can go ahead, Dan. Sorry,
Yeah.
I want to get this out.
No, you're good.
They never actually do anything meaningful in the story to reinforce the message.
That's true.
It's all little throwaway moments, like with the pig, like when she zaps the pig or whatever, who's like making the statue, or is the statue made of them, or like the backstory, supposedly she had her art shit on, or the kid is like, oh, my cool thing got like sabotaged, it fucked things up. They never. That's not what the plot's about. The plot is about stopping a big beam in the sky.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just it's a video game quest movie.
Right. It's not about like some person forced into a world where to survive they have to be creative and like, they could have leaned more into that and it would have been cool, but
and you don't never see like the piglin lady go and destroy all of Steve's builds and he's like, "Oh, my life's work gone" or something. It's like, "Oh, you can rebuild it again, Steve. We're your friends." They just never do that because this movie is 5 different movies stapled together.
It's a segment movie. You just gotta go on to the next segment.
Yeah.
It's a clip movie. It's a YouTube Shorts clip movie.
Okay, I want to get to the YouTube type of dealio. So overall, I believe this movie, like the trailers, just made everyone believe this is a family movie. This is shit. Like everyone came to the consensus, this is shit. So what the people did instead is they went to see the movie because they wanted to react like a YouTube video to everything that's happening in the movie. I think part of that has to do with Jack Black, but the other part has to do with this is so fucking stupid, I still want to see it anyway. Because Minecraft is that popular, people just want to come to see the Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
What was your thought, Dan?
So how close, I don't know the story of Minecraft Dungeons, but doesn't Minecraft Dungeons revolve around like a plot involving like piglins and the Nether specifically?
This is roughly Minecraft Dungeons type
so
of plot.
That and that's something I thought about, which was they really did not give us much in this film, even though it was like as long as it was, which is not very long for a big feature film like that. Like
I mean,
there was
it's
not
kind of
much...
long, honestly, for a shitty family movie, to be real.
Well, for a shitty movie, yeah, but like if it was good, I'd want it longer. Point is, I mean, like Joey mentioned earlier, like the end, the rest of the Nether, the actual quest, the achievements. I mean, you could even go into like maybe the world of mods, like, oh yeah, like I invented this and that, and I could build like that, or even the world of realms and like servers and shit, and just make it into film. There's so much potential for like maybe 4 movies after this. Like
that's
Minecraft
why it's
movie
called
2, 3, 4, and 5.
That's
a
called
Minecraft
capitalism.
movie.
Well, yeah, that's true. And you can, and there's so much like potential for building, mining, and crafting that you like. I mean, what do they do in this film? They showed off how to craft like maybe the swords and stuff. Like there was nothing of like cool value. They didn't find any dungeons or any temples. They didn't find any guardians. Like there's so much more shit they could have done. So if they're gonna make a sequel, they better include that. Like maybe the next movie could be like, oh, what if it was like Minecraft the game instead of based off Minecraft Dungeons? Or next, like, I mean, you could reference like fucking Minecraft story mode if you want and be like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I put a weird block or something and now it made this wither turn into like a huge storm, or I don't know, something dumbass like that. But
also,
there's so much more potential. You can make 5 more movies after this and it'd still be just as popular.
You know what I don't understand too about, like, this is honestly the last thing that I have to say, to be quite honest, and then we can check in with Alex for his final thoughts. One thing I didn't understand at all is, like, because the movie is so self-aware, it like breaks its own rules, I feel like, because remember at the end of the movie when it's like, oh, where's all these main characters? Well, the sister character is teaching like survival mode self-defense, and it's like, you never explained what survival mode is.
That came out of absolutely nowhere. I was like, where the fuck did you say that?
It's like, oh
she
my
never
god,
fights. She's not. I don't think they ever really comment on her being good at fighting in the movie. I mean, everyone just ends up becoming good at fighting.
No. Did they ever comment about her be like, I don't like this social media job. I wish I could do something different.
No.
No,
I remember.
There's nothing there.
I think
so lame.
My last thought on the movie, this conversation is kind of stupid because, it's the fucking Minecraft movie and it doesn't. Maybe somewhere at some point in its production hell, it was supposed to be a good movie, but the point was not to be a good movie. The point was to be it's marketing, it's an advertisement, it's a commercial and it's meant to be a cultural event, and it succeeded. Everyone went to see it. We went to see it. We're talking about it. It just sucks that it's a cultural event like the Mario movie was that is so devoid of any depth or like meaning. Like, you know, we had people talk about Barbenheimer being like, oh, it's bringing back movies as a cultural event, because those were good fucking movies, and they actually like compelled thought. I mean, I was surprised, everyone was, that the Barbie movie actually had something to say. There's nothing to say with this movie. There's nothing to say with the Mario movie, and unfortunately, people are just going to keep seeing these movies because they want a they just want a good cultural event, a thing to do. And I don't think that's inherently wrong. I just wish that our cultural events could, you know, be interesting as art and not just interesting as a cultural event.
This is
Can I give my final thought?
Yeah, go ahead, Dan.
Just while I have it on my head. So, since I'm the audio guy, I want to give like a small note that I did not write down. I just thought of.
Good.
Audio for a film like this is easy as hell. You need silly sound effects that have been used in like almost every other gag movie ever made, and you need Minecraft sound effects. It's not that hard. The rest of it's just editing Jack Black's voice and like all the other important people who eventually talk, and like the fuck-ass villager in the end credits. That scared the shit out of me when he started talking. I was like, huh? Like, you can't just do that. Like, that should have been in the film and not just the credit. I don't know.
I will never be disappointed to hear Matt Berry's voice, though. I will. My brother and I were both. We love Matt Berry. My brother and I watched the IT Crowd when we were like middle school and high school. Which, if you haven't seen, watch it. It's great. Matt Berry is one of the like recurring characters in the second season, I think. Yeah. God, he's such a funny actor. So you know, I was happily surprised to hear his voice in the movie.
Yeah.
If I had to give my feeling as to what I really think the placement of this film is, think of a massive bag of no brand chips. Like, the chips part in the bag is just all the movies in the world minus maybe like the Mario movie, and then the air in the bag is just the Mario and this movie. Like, it's just filler. Like, you think it fills the bag of chips with something good, it's just air. It's an air movie. Yeah, it's a slop movie.
You know what this is?
Was it quick, funny humor? Yes. Would I see it again? No. And luckily, the trailer for this film, I mean, it hyped up the audience. For the first time in a while, the theater was full. I have not seen that in a long time.
I agree.
And of course, like, everyone is like, you know, when they say like, "Oh, Flint and Steel" in the trailer, and then it happens in the movie, everyone says it, and then they start like clapping.
I love it when everyone started clapping when it says, "First we mine, then we craft. Let's mine."
You guys had a way better theater experience. I'm thinking.
And they started clapping.
I think this does not, and I think the reason why we see so many people going to see this movie, I think this is kind of I don't have the English word right now. This is kind of a prelude or a trailer, I think, to the future of movies, because this is the first time that I have at least genuinely seen a crossover between like memes and a film in this kind of way that I think has been this widespread. And I genuinely think that this is going to be the future of how a lot more movies are made. They're going to be marketed in ways that are even less serious about its source material, and it's just going to be a big joke for everyone.
Well, we're not the target audience anymore. Gen Alpha's the target audience.
That's true.
I will say this.
Right.
I think the memes, I think it was very unintentional. They were trying to capture memes with this, so I think they've really gotten a lightning in a bottle situation with this. I feel like movie producers are going to try to do this and ultimately fail because they just don't understand what you need to do.
That's also true.
I think if they're going to make another movie, they need to actually make it good so people would want to go see it, because they cannot do this again.
No, not in the same way.
Nope.
Corwin, did you have a final thought?
No, I think that kind of sums up our thoughts on the Minecraft movie. We'll throw it over to Alex if you've got anything else you'd like to say about this masterpiece that we all paid money to see on our weekend.
It's a fucking god-awful movie. It's the movie is literally insulting the audience. It's insulting the game. It's insulting the game. It's insulting the. It's like who the fuck like.
Inspiring stuff. Thank you, Alex. I don't know, Ryan. Do you wanna wrap it up? This little Just Saw review.
Well, I finished my Sprite and gin, so I'm just about done.
Hang on, I'm not done yet.
No, this is technically, if just because the editing of the Chapman, or I can't say that, just because certain editing projects I'm working on have gone so long, I think this actually will be our cold reintroduction to YouTube. I think this is going to have to be our return because we're not going to wait to post this. It's a just saw. So we have other actual serious things coming, but this is our kind of cold return, I guess.